Jake Paul, 185 centimeters tall with a reach of 193 centimeters. And across the ring from him, Alexander Usyk. He's 6'3" with a 78-inch reach.
Nobody knows who's going to win. You can have an argument for the winner on both sides, but this is that fight. We'll be talking about this fight for years to come.
Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico. Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Dorado, Puerto Rico, a social media superstar and rising contender known as El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul. Fighting out of the blue corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion, and a unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Todd, you know when you've got two fighters there that really believe they're going to win, really want to get it on, this is when it gets stupid.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. They exchange punches. That counter punch caught him clean. That left hook missed. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You'd like to see more jabs. Good defense to block the hook. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
Did you see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom? It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice slip to avoid the jab. That hook was off target. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, you know what, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
On to the second round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
Nope, that jab not going to score. Whoa, wait a minute! Usyk! No, we don't see a knockdown!
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nope, that uppercut does not score. Nice counter. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last. And there's the bell for round 3. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Back and forth they go. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Misses with the straight left. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Those counter punches have to hurt. He wasn't ready for that counter punch. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Good counter punching. He misses with that jab. That jab won't score. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last one. Here we go to the 4th round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
How about that time counter shot? Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Perfect counter shot. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Big Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Nice job to block that uppercut. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Together. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off.
But we can take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered.
On to the fifth we go. After that last round, something has got to change.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
That right hook won't score. From both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Can't find a home with that jab. There's a counter shot. Perfect counter lands. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the...
There's the bell for round 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain mate.
Incredible work rate. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. Wait long to get back and get engaged.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched.
Oh my God, Johnny! Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. Looks like trouble was averted.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
is off the charts. Beautiful counter punch. And he scores with a very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
Let him back into this.
Here we go, it's round 7. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
That jab doesn't score. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get him close.
Why weren't they covering up? Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Catch and shoot. The courage on display here is incredible. That counter shot lands. Just pulled it right there. Stumbling around in potholes. In serious trouble. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these...
Stay focused now.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
That hook doesn't score. Big swing and a miss with the hook. He threw a punch and just got countered. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Nice counter shot. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. And Jake Paul couldn't handle any more of it. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three. Oh, give me your glove.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry.
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Well, go back to the drawing board time, a unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down.